Okay, the next stitch I'm going to teach you is the half double crochet. It isn't used very much because it's a little bigger on the top than it is on the bottom, and it can kind of make your the ends of your rows a little wonky because you're making a pretty good sized stitch on the top. But it's good to know how to do it because some patterns will call for it. So a half double crochet is you yarn under and you grab a hold of the hook, put it through your chain, pull it through, and now you see you have 3 loops over the crochet hook. Okay, so you what's called yarn under again, and you pull it through just the first loop over your hook so that you will continue to have 3 loops over your hook, and then you will yarn under again, and this time you will pull it through all 3 hooks. It makes a little taller stitch, and as you can see, it's clearly thicker on the top because you've got 3 loops instead of the 2 from the single crochet. I need to move this over a little bit. Yeah, see how it's got 3? Here's this one, and this one over the yarn that you pulled through, rather than 2, which is what you would have for your single crochet. I'll show you the half double crochet again. Okay, yarn under through the loop just like you did with the single crochet, grab the yarn, pull it through. Now see, you have the 3 loops over your hook. Yarn under, pull it through just the first loop, yarn under again, pull it through pull it through all 3 loops. I want to make sure I get this so that you can see it. Yarn under through the loop. Again, make sure you have your 2 yarns of that loop over the top. Yarn under the strand, pull it through, yarn under, pull it through just the first loop, yarn under, pull it through all 3 loops. And I'll keep going because I know this is a lot for a beginner. Yarn under, through the loop, yarn under, pull it through. You have 3 strands. Yarn under, pull it through the first strand, and then yarn under, pull it through the 3 strands. So you can see we've got a taller stitch, but there's going to be the next one I'm going to teach you is a double crochet that's going to be even taller. But yeah, it's about stitch height. So yarn under, put it through the loop, yarn under, pull it through, yarn under, pull it through the first loop, yarn under, pull it through the second loop, yarn under. We're just going to keep going down the chain because I want to make sure that you can see this and practice and follow through. Pull it through. Now pull it through the first chain and pull it through all 3. Not chain, loops. Probably not the best teacher, but I'm trying. Yarn under, pull it through. No. Go through the loop, pull it through. Yarn under, go through the first loop, yarn under, pull it through all 3 loops. Yarn under through the next loop. Yarn under, pull it through. Yarn under, pull it through the first loop. Yarn under, pull it through all 3 loops. Yarn under, through the loop, pull it through. Yarn under, pull it through the first loop, yarn under, pull it through the second one. And there's a half double crochet. This is row 1. Now half double crochets, because it's taller, you're going to have to chain 2. So we're at the end of our row, chain 2. 1, 2. Turn it back to the left to go the other way. Yarn under, go underneath these 2 strands right here. See if I can get that there. These 2 right here where my thumb was pointing. Put your hook through there. Wait, did I yarn under? I don't remember. Let me start it. Yep, I did. Okay, yarn under, put it through with those 2 strands there. But there's still a strand on the underside. You're going through the loop on the first row. Pull it through, yarn under, first loop, yarn under, all 3 loops. And we keep going this way down the row. Yarn under. See how this will help. See how you have kind of a loop in between the sorry, I'm not showing this. See how you have a loop right here where my finger is poking through, in between these 2 half double crochets. You don't want to stick it right in. You don't want to put your hook through here. You want to put your hook through here, right through the loop, so that you will have a little piece of yarn, a strand of yarn going down the bottom, a strand of yarn, and the 2 strands on the top. Yarn under, pull it through, yarn under through the first loop, yarn under through the next 3 loops. Okay? This is where, this is important to get this in the right place. In between the 2 crochets, the 2 right here. It's gonna go right here where my finger is sticking out. Pull it through, yarn under through the first loop only, yarn under all 3 loops. Yarn under through the loop as I've shown you, pull it through, yarn under, next 3 loops. And this is how you keep going down this row. Through the first loop, through the next 3. See how this is getting tall? It's kind of pretty too. I made a hat with half double crochet once. It actually was really pretty. Yarn under through the loop. Pull it through. See that right there? That's where you do it. Yarn under through the first loop. Yarn under through the next 3. Just take your time. Have grace with yourself. You're gonna mess up. It's part of the learning process, but you will get it. You will get this down. And like I said, practice. Learn to crochet with a nice big hook and a nice big bulky yarn. It's easier to handle. I mean, I still struggle with handling finer yarns. There's fingerling weights, this kind that you make lace with. Some people even crochet with just thread. Oof. I kind of like a bigger yarn. It's just much easier to handle. And then on the end, you can see how there's a couple of loops right here. See if I can get my finger through it to show you. Like I said, ends can be kind of tricky. Maybe if I use my pinky, that'll probably work a little better. Yeah, right there. Yeah, you can kind of see where my pinky is through 1 and 2. The loop, it looks like that because it's been twisted and pulled over to the other direction. So there, I got it through, got my hook through, yarn under, pull it through, there. Can you see that? And then yarn under 1 and yarn under, pull through 3. And then to start your next row, chain 2. 1, 2. And that, my friends, is the half double crochet.